In a high availability architecture, logs are the ultimate source of truth. If you can't interpret your logs, you can't effectively manage your infrastructure. Hey, my name is Vijay. I'm a solution architect and Microsoft certified trainer. While many treat the event viewer as a last resort for troubleshooting, today we are moving beyond the basics. We are exploring Windows Event Viewer to master audit trails, filter through the noise, and gain full visibility into system health. Let's dive in.
In order to launch Event Viewer application, either you can go to Start menu and type Event Viewer and you can see the application over here, or what you can do is use its shortcut, go to Run and type eventvwr, which stands for Event Viewer. Hit OK and it will automatically launch Event Viewer for you. This whole lecture is dedicated to explore event viewer. So of course we will take a look at these other options. But let me tell you, in the starting itself, you are not restricted to see the different events going on in this system only. You can even connect to a different system within your domain, or you have the connectivity to that system and see the events occurring on that machine, right? So how you can make use of it? Basically, you can always connect to your terminal or jump server if your organization is using it, and whichever server you are asked to debug, you can simply come here, enter that server name and hit OK. Automatically you will be connected to the event viewer of that particular machine. So you need not to always do remote desktop connection to the target machine. That is the significance of this, right? Now let's take a look at this overview and summary. So here you can see the different critical events that occurred in your last hour, 24 hours, 7 days, and same for error, warning, information, audit success, failure, and so on, right? So this is basically a quick summary which you can see and figure out if something major has happened in your system. If you want to see what is this critical event that occurred, so you can expand this and double click on this, which will take you to that particular event and you can explore more details from here, right? So this is the significance of your summary page. Now let's take a look at Windows log. So you are able to see these different types of log: application, security, setup, system, and forwarded events. So each of these carry a different category of events. Let's quickly take a look and see what each of these logs contain. So application log basically contains all different events that are logged by an application hosted on your local machine, right? So all different applications that are continuously running in your system, if they try to write some event, they will write into this particular log, right? Moving on to security log, which is the place for all events that matters about the security of your system. It could be events related to login attempts like successful logins and failed login attempts, etc. So you will see different audit success and audit failure messages in this security event log. Moving on to the setup log, which is the place for all different events that takes place during the installation. So just in case you are getting some error while upgrading your Windows operating system, this is the log to look for, right? So you can see a reboot is necessary for this particular update, and all of these events. These are information, so doesn't contain anything severe, but you will get the different error and critical warnings, etc. over here if something goes wrong with your update of Windows operating system. Yes.
Hey guys, if you are finding my content helpful, kindly support me by hitting that subscribe button. It means a lot. Yes.
Moving on to the system log. So your system log is the place for all different events that are logged by the operating system itself. For example, it can contain the events related to failure while starting a drive during the startup. Lastly, we are left with forwarded events, and this is the place for those events which didn't occur on this particular system directly, but are the events which are originated from some other system and has been forwarded to this particular system, right? So currently I do not have any system which is configured to send its events on this particular system. So rightly you can see this particular log is empty. Now I want to show you something very interesting. So if you right click on any of these logs and see its properties, you can see this log path. What is this log path? Let's copy this much. Control C, escape, go to run, hit paste it and hit enter. So you can see all different logs what we are able to see in this event viewer are actually stored in the file system, right? So here you will find all different .evtx files which you can view in your event viewer where details are nicely formatted for your easy understanding and are more readable, of course, right? So this way even you can figure out the place where your event viewer log files are stored, right? Okay, and even you can drop the log files. So here we talked about only 5 different logs, whereas here we are able to see 348 files. How is that? Well, actually we have these 5 files plus you can see here there are more folders inside which more files are configured by my administrator. So that way these log files are created. So your event viewer application is not limited to show only the events related to your operating system and system security setup, etc. But even your third party applications can be configured to write into event viewer which you can manage from here, right? So I'm sure this is something very nice for you to explore, right? So I'll not get into too many details about this at the moment, but this option is there for you to explore. Just make a note of it. All right. Now, so far I have talked about where you will get what, but we have not really seen a given event yet, right? So let me go and see, and I'm very much interested in errors at the moment, so I'll just ignore the information messages and let's take a look at this particular error. What is the message? The server did not register with DCOM with the required timeout. So you can see there is some error which occurred at this particular time. So around this time, if something has gone wrong with your system, so you have been notified to debug that, right? So this could be a starting place to see what has gone wrong. Here what you can see, log name is system, this is some additional error, so this is some additional information, and then this error message is very important. So you can copy this, so you can browse this error and you can see there are many articles available for this error, and you can so you can open them and take a look. So it's not that you are the only one who would have faced this error. There are many people who would have faced this error in past, and they might have something to help you out. So this is the way we can troubleshoot using event viewer, right? So this way we can troubleshoot the errors. So this way, with the help of event viewer, we can start with our troubleshooting, right? Whatever is the error, it could be one nice place using which you can start your analysis, what might have gone wrong and how you can fix it. All right. Now, I don't want to see so many messages. I'm more interested only in the errors. But here it is showing so many information messages which I'm not interested. How can I filter it? So let's take a look at this. Filter current log. You want to see critical and error only. And that's it. If you know the event ID of your particular event which you are looking for, you can specify that. Even you can specify the range, like, so basically I have specified everything and hit OK. Okay, it's too large. Sorry, my bad. Now you will see only the critical and error that occurred in this particular log. So if you just read the error message, you are getting some feeling that you understand what has gone wrong, isn't it? For example, application or service Excel could not be shut down. So you understand what might have gone wrong. Now you are not bothered about this error as such, but if something has gone wrong at this time, then you can perhaps take a look and see if this is anyhow related to your system's health. So that is the whole point of event viewer for a beginner at least. Alright, I'm clearing the log and now it will show all different messages. Alright, next option is find. So for example, you want to find Excel related events. So if you are interested in the events that are related to the Excel, then you can search it like this. So, okay, restarting Microsoft Excel. You got some hint that something has gone wrong with Excel, and then you are using that as a keyword and searching more information related to that. So this you can do over here. So usually this error is not a problem, but just I'm trying to use it as an example to make you understand the concept. So if you want to take some action whenever this application could not be shut down gracefully, what you can do is attach a task to this log. So this way it will create a scheduled task, and then so as per whatever action you define over here, you can start your script passing your different arguments, and whenever this particular event occur, automatically this particular script will get triggered. This schedule task we have covered in a dedicated lecture. If you have not watched yet, you can take a look. Highly recommended. Yes. Alright. Now let's see what is this custom view. So create a custom view. I want to see. So now let's take a look and figure out what is this custom view. So my requirement is such, whenever I log in this system, I want to see all different criticals, errors and warnings, and I want to see that in application security and setup. I'm not interested in system and forwarded event, let's say. And if I know, of course, if you know what are the event sources, you can specify that. There's none at the moment for me. And the event ID range, let's say this is my range. And also, because there can be multiple users connecting to your system, if you want to only include a set of users, maybe the service accounts or a particular user account which can create more errors for you, or for which this requirement is given, right? So you can specify that particular user as well and pick and filter it further, right? So you can make these selections, hit enter, OK, and this new view create option is there. I want to give Vijay events, right? You can write some description. I want, hit enter, OK, and you can see this new log. So you can see this custom view is created automatically, and the different selections which I made, according to that, automatically that information is coming over here. I need not to filter in that range and specify the log and all that. It's automatically coming. So I will just launch my system. It will look like this. I'll come here, see the information, maybe quickly take a look, and I'm done. I need not to spend more time around this, right? So this is the option. Now, let's say there is another team which takes care of these particular events. So you just have to submit these 4 events to that particular team as an evidence that something has gone wrong with my system. Here is the information. Please take the necessary action. Right? Now, how you will pass this information to that team? Maybe screenshot, but I wouldn't recommend that when you have this option of saving selected events. So you can hit this. For example, I want to save on the desktop itself, and the name of log is Vijay system errors. Hit save. So you can select this and hit enter. Okay. If I come here and see this file is saved already, which I can open, it will automatically get launched in the event viewer, and you can see my 4 selected events are showing over here. So this file I can attach to my email and send to that team. When they open this file, they will be able to launch it in event viewer and see it in this nice way, which is great. That team will definitely come back and thank you for providing the error information so nicely. Not many people do this. Yeah.
All right. Reading logs is a fundamental skill that separates a system administrator from an architect. Master the event viewer and you will master system resilience. Please subscribe for the next deep dive on developing a nice generative AI use case. I am Vijay and I'll see you there. Thank you.